Hi guys, so today we'll be talking about a new project for week 2 of MDC, which will be to pass information from text fields to text view. So just to give you guys a quick background, text fields are essentially fields where you can enter in anything you want related to text, and then a text view is where you can view text that is in the application. To start off, we'll begin with creating a single view application by pressing on single view application and then clicking on next. After that, you can name it anything you honestly want this project to be. I'll name it Mobile Dev Club Week 2, and I'll create it here. And here we go. This is essentially on the left-hand side. You can see all the files in the project, and I want to go to my main.storyboard where the layout of the application is given. Over here, we have 4 tabs, and you want to click on the third tab because it has a list of all the elements you can add onto your storyboard. And I'll start looking for a text field and a text view. So I'll drag about 2 text fields. And in our application, we'll have the user enter in a username and password and then press submit. And we should be able to see the username and password in a text view right below it. So I got my text fields over here and I have my text view over here. I'll clear this out. And just to make everything a little bit easier to see, I'll just quickly select the view controller by selecting just this white space under the time, and you'll already see background here, so I'll click on iron so it's easier for us to see the text view and the text fields. And next I'll add in a button. Okay, great. So I'll name this submit, and yeah, we'll make these something a little striking out. Maybe like red. Yes, okay. So I enter in my username and password, press submit, and it should show up here. So for the text fields, what I'll first do is I'll have a placeholder. This is essentially a given text that is already put into the text field before the user enters in anything. So here I'll put in enter username. And for this one, enter password. So you can see how it says enter username and enter password so the user knows what to do. After this, I'll be going over here where you see the 2 circles called the assistant editor, and I'll click on the assistant editor. Just to make things a little bit easier, I'll unclick on this so that we can reverse this left pane and just have the storyboard over here and the view controller over here. Next, what I want to do is initialize the text fields in the text view so that Xcode acknowledges that these exist. So I'll click on this first, do control click, and thus I'll drag it over here. Over here, I'll name this username field. And for this one, password field. For the text view, we'll name it text view. And last but not least, the button. So instead of initializing the button like this, what I want to do is I want to create an IB action function. So this basically tells Xcode that when I click on this specific button, a new action should occur, and we'll tell Xcode what action it is in a couple of moments. So we'll name this enter tap. So when I tap on the actual button, a response should come from Xcode. So we'll name this connect. We'll click on connect, and we are set to go. Before we start anything here, we'll first create an extension to view controller. This basically lets us access a couple of methods that we have of the UI text view, so that we can resign something called the first responder. A first responder is essentially the keyboard. So when I click on this text field and something shows up as a keyboard, that is my first responder. What happens is that Xcode does not know when to stop having the first responder show up. So it should show that when I click on something, After I click on the keyboard, the first responder should go away. So inside my extension, I'll say func text view, text field should return underscore text field UI text field. And then this is just a return statement letting it know that we want a boolean, let me fix this one sec. Yes, okay. Saying that we want a boolean to be the response from the method. And we'll put text field dot resign first responder and return true. Okay, let me just tab this real quick to indent. Return true. Great. After this, now that, oops, we got a couple of things. Alright, let's fix this up. Or that shouldn't be right. Oh, sorry about that. It's just one dash. Looks great. So after this, what we want to do is initialize the username field and username password field in the view.load, so that when the actual screen loads, we should have these fields come up also. So this will be username field.delegate is equal to self as UI text field delegate. I'll be going over what the question mark and exclamation mark means in initialization in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we can learn about that later. Delegate is equal to self as UI text field delegate. Perfect. So now Xcode knows to initialize these. The last thing we need to do is have the enter tap function. This basically lets Xcode know that when I click on the button, the information that I put into the text field should go into the text view. Real quick, text view.text is equal to username username field.text, and then /n, which indicates a new line, password password field.text. Perfect. Looks like we have everything set up. Let's try running it out and see how it works. Great, so the build succeeded, and hopefully everything works out. Right, so we go into simulator and let it load for a couple of minutes. The iOS simulator can be slow at times, especially when initializing it for the first time. So just give it a couple minutes and yeah, talk to your friends about what you've learned today. All right, great. So we have it working out. Let's just quickly reopen it. Okay, Simulator is just working, slowing it out. Let's see if it loads. Okay, great. Here we go. So let's try to open this up. Yes. So I'll enter in my username and password. My password, I'll name it mobile dev is cool. Submit. And great. There we go. You have your username and password, and I'll be talking about what this means later. So thanks guys, and hopefully we see you next meeting. Bye.